Good afternoon, everybody. This is Mandy at Laugh and Grackle, and we have got our animal familiars tonight. So let's see what we got.
Four of Cups upright. There's a holding period right now causing mental fatigue, aggravation, putting them in a difficult position. Two of Cups reverse. All of this agitation is putting strain on a relationship. Maybe they think other pastures are greener, instead of putting in effort to fertilize their own lawns. Eight of Wands upright. This is a warning that we might be jumping the gun here. We don't need to make hastily decisions, so think before you jump. The Hanged Man upright. This card is all about life in limbo. This is a holding pattern for reflecting on the situation. We might need to reevaluate the situation from a different perspective. This might kick in our got to do something mode, but we need to remain where we are for the time being.
The Four of Cups is talking about a holding period. Yeah, that's really putting a mental fog and aggravation because things aren't going right, and really putting this particular people that are involved with the situation in a very difficult position. They're dealing with so much going on that it leads into our next card, which is the Two of Cups. All of this agitation and stuff is putting a strain on this relationship. And as the old saying goes, just because somebody's grass is greener just means it's got more shit in it. So you got to keep that in mind. And don't go rushing off to these other scenarios, because you can put in that same exact effort into your own lawn. So we need to understand that the Eight of Wands is a warning that we need to leap before, or think before we leap, because we're wanting to out of desperation to make these decisions that might not be the best for us. So we have to really pay attention to that, and not try to make short decisions for a long-term goal. Now, the Hangman is talking about that limbo that we're in, and we need to sit there and take this time to really look at our situation and try to see it from a different perspective. That's the whole thing about the Hangman. We're always seeing things upright, but whenever we get turned upside down, we see it from a different perspective. And we might get to the point where we get this instinct to we gotta do something. And well, if we remain there, or that we kind of need that time to wait and evaluate and do things from a different perspective, because of that. You know, we've got that, you know, gotta do it, gotta do it, gotta do it, gotta do it. But whenever we do that, those usually aren't the right answers for the question. So we need to put a hold on it, take that time to reflect, and then make our decisions a little later. You know, whenever we're right side up. So we are going to be having our Wild Moon and our Earth and Bone tomorrow. So come on back and see me, do like and shares, and I'll see you guys then.